It is now time. It is now about the place. It is about the knowledge that one superior human being is going to share with the rest of us. Believe it or not, it is time once again for Starstruck with the superstar, the one and only Mike Morris.
Thank you, Jim. It's good to be the superstar. It's good being me every day, waking up, walking down the street, superstar and everything. And I am extremely knowledgeable when it comes to weightlifting only. And football, by the way, and football. And I'm going to prove just how much I know about football right now, because most people may or may not know this, but the owner of the Indianapolis Colts, I just saw a flash across my screen. It's Jim Irsay, died. Yes, the owner of the Colts died at the age of 65 today. And I don't know whether it's here in town or not, but the owners' meetings are here in town. So that may have very likely happened here. But he passed away. No known cause yet. I haven't gotten anything on my ticker yet. Okay, so we'll get that to you on the next Starstruck, if you're interested in that. I don't know if he will be. But anyway, I have Jim Rich with me. He has been dubbed the dean of all media here in the Twin Cities, and I didn't.
Not true. It's not true.
It's true. It's
all
true.
I do is tell you what someone else did. I have zero accomplishments. You played in the National Football League. You starred in college. Well, you have been proclaimed the greatest long snapper in NFL history, not by yourself, surprisingly. I think you have done that. But others that have more knowledge about that position have proclaimed you that. Me, I tell you, the Twins won. The Twins lost. The Wolves won. The Wolves lost. That is not a talent or anything to. I'm the dog that brings you the paper and reads you the paper. That's what I am.
I'm standing in my robe. I see the picket fence, my mailbox, and Jim Rich hauling my paper into me like a good boy, just like a good golden retriever.
Yes.
But that's so funny though. But I mean, you're responsible. You bring responsible reporting to us live at night, and it's good to know that someone has looked through it to see if it's real or not, and not just some social platform made up gibberish.
There's a lot of that out there now.
There's a lot of that, and at least I can count on you for good news. So that's what people should know out there right now, and that's why Jim Rich is on with me on Starstruck. And that's why I'm on with him on Jim Bob Sports Jamboree. So there, because I respect Jim Rich. We have the Viking schedule, the regular season schedule that we break down. I notoriously am very close on the schedule. It's based on a lot of different things. I'll go through it as we kind of push through it. But Jim will give me one game that starts off the season, and I'll give you the reason why and why I've chosen a win or a loss. And reasons for it as we advance through. Lots of reasons now in this day and age of football for the way people start their season the way they do.
Absolutely.
First game, please, Mr. Rich.
All right. Here we go. Cue the music. Dun, 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 dun.
Very good.
Dun, dun, dun. That's what you will hear when your Minnesota Vikings open the 2025 season. J.J. McCarthy will make his National Football League debut, unless Aaron Rodgers signs between now and then. As your starting quarterback, he will venture his NFL career in Soldier Field. Monday Night Football against the Chicago Bears, the monsters of the Midway. So, Star, who do you see coming out with a victory in week one?
I'm just going to say this very, very confidently and very, very pointedly that the Vikings will win that game. I don't know if the Bears could be in any more turmoil than they are right now. I don't know if you could make it up any worse for the Bears right now. From the quarterback situation with Caleb Williams and that entire escapade, that drama unfolding still there in Chicago. Yes, the starting quarterback, the rookie quarterback sensation from last year already becoming a problem that I saw happening at draft day. I could see it all over his face, his body language. He was on his cell phone playing games and could care less that he got drafted by the Bears. It seemed like he could have cared less. The Bears' new stadium proposal downtown, that has been sort of slid off to the side now, and we're back in Arlington with about 300 acres that the McCaskies bought previously before Kevin Warren decided on the properties down on the lakefront in Chicago to keep the Bears in Chicago. But now it is reported that they are more in favor now of what the offer is now from Arlington again to get the stadium there and to get the greatest fanfare deal, bang for the buck, in Arlington for Mr. Warren and the Bears. So now it is completely up in the air again on stadium. But we're talking about a football game here, a real game. And so I'm just going to say they are turned upside down completely. You got a new head coach, Ben Johnson, and the Vikings should find a way through that mess, even though it's on the road first game. They will win that game. I'm confident.
All right. And just to be clear, it's not the Ben Johnson that was fired by the University of Minnesota that coached the men's basketball team.
Right. It was also not the Ben Johnson who was caught using performance enhancement things in the Olympic Games back in '88 or somewhere in there. And
it's very fast.
Very fast. In fact, so fast that they caught him taking things he shouldn't to be fast. Not that one either. So anyway, on with the next. Right. What do we have?
So your Vikings are 1-0. They return home for perhaps now the new marquee night of football, Sunday night football. They will be back at US Bank Stadium welcoming Kirk Cousins as the backup quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. A 7:20 kickoff. Your thoughts?
That's a good thing. I mean, we're going from Monday around all the way back around to Sunday. Okay, so that's a nice calendar to be on if you're in the NFL. And the Minnesota Vikings will prevail in that one as well. I know the Atlanta Falcons are formidable at best. They will give you a game. I would actually like their chances better if Cousins was in the game, but we see how that's working. They're 2-0 at this point. They'll beat the Atlanta Falcons back here on the prime time version of Sunday Night Football.
All right, week 3, your Minnesota Vikings remain at home, and they will entertain one of the perhaps best high-flying offenses in the AFC, Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. This will be a noon game, so back to the normal start times.
Back to the normal start. That's in Cincinnati?
Nope, it is here at US Bank Stadium. The doors, I am told, will be open.
I think that that'll be a really tough test. I don't care if the Vikings are at home and they're sailing on both sides of the ball the way they propose on paper is that we'll be set and in stone to win every game. I'm sure that they're saying that already by now, but this will be a test. Joe Burrow's no joke, and neither is that receiving core, and that defense is very stout, very stout. It'll be a real contest. It depends on what kind of preseason these coaches are going to put their teams through. And that's what I mean by. Do you get an A game out of all the teams that are playing when they begin the season the way they're supposed to? No. There's a lot of teams like your Minnesota Vikings do not practice very hard and don't play much during the preseason games. They just don't. They don't play a lot. So when you get into your regular season games, they are very, very rusty and sloppy. It's sloppy football. Now, if anyone can pull it off, it's Kevin O'Connell. He seems to have a knack for it, but this is a very good team, and if the Bengals come out hot and we come out of the chute cold due to that preseason talk that we just are mentioning, I think the Bengals can win it because they're full of talent. Full of talent. I'm going to go with 3-0. I have all the faith in the world in your Vikings, but that's a tough one to get past. That'll be a great game.
All right. Then, speaking of getting past, you need to get past customs now for the Vikings because they head across the seas. They'll be the first National Football League team to play a game in Dublin, Ireland, where they will take on the Pittsburgh Steelers and a quarterback TBA.
It's always comforting to know that one of the teams is still not decided on a quarterback yet, but that team happens to be Pittsburgh with Mike Tomlin, so I don't care what he puts out there. You got yourself a team. You got to play hard. That's one team that will come out swinging. Mike Tomlin does not pull any crap when it comes to preparing his team to play football. Even with a deck that's been cut in half and everyone injured, he still can put it together with duct tape somehow and make it fly. That will be an absolute scrum down in Dublin. It'll be like one of those rugby matches they throw in Dublin. Is that like Croaky or Croak Field? Croak, isn't it? Yeah.
That's what I have been.
That's the old stadium. That's nostalgia.
Yes.
So that'll be a great game. And in fact, this might be where the Vikings run into some issues. The Mike Tomlin, you just don't know what Mike Tomlin's got up his sleeve, and I don't know who they're going to have at quarterback by that time. I'm going to take the Vikings, but trust me, the last two games that we've just mentioned are going to be very tough. That AFC West, or Central rather, that's a tough gig, and that's who we drew this time.
All right, so is it a win?
It's a win. No, I call it a win.
Or is it,
4-0.
4-0. This is remarkable. You have yet to find a loss. All right.
Well, I like it because it's overseas. I like it because there's really not a home field advantage, and I like it that the Viking fans travel well, and that we have a quarterback, kind of, more so than they do, and our defense. I'm just counting on good defense at that time of the year to stop whatever Tomlin's got going on. He'll have plenty of defense as well. Now it comes down to who plays well internationally on the road like that. But I like the way O'Connell operates on the road.
All right.
I'll take him over the Steelers.
They will then, let's see, I don't think you swim the English Channel to get from Ireland to England. Perhaps you just take a motor coach and you rode down to jolly old England, where you will be greeted by the Cleveland Browns and former Viking offensive coordinator Kevin Stefanski, still somehow holding the reins of that team.
Yeah, that's probably the good side of that division that we play. The Browns are tough. I mean, they got Myles Garrett back. They got some good pieces back. They got Sanders, Deion's son, so very happy for him. I'm sure that he'll end up starting. But I digress. I think we're 5-0 at this point. They're just one of those teams that you just can't figure out who they are. They look strong at one point, then they make trades, they make different, like when they had the quarterback, he's everywhere. When they had what's his name from Oklahoma? My God. For the Browns.
How the commercials are you talking?
Oh, come
Deshaun
on.
Watson, the guy right now.
Right before him. I mean, he was the number one pick overall in the draft from Oklahoma, right? Baker Mayfield. Okay, so Baker Mayfield.
Oh, him, yeah.
He was real deal, and
and he even lived in the stadium.
Yeah, of course, it was his house, right?
Yeah.
That was one of the best campaigns on commercials they've ever had in the history of commercials. But anyway, so Baker Mayfield, when he was there, I thought they had a nice thing figured out there. I really did. But they went away from him. I'm not sure why, but they've gone through coaches, they've gone through everything, and the Vikings are 5-0. And they come back home, 2-game road swing internationally to return back home. To who?
Sorry, I couldn't bail you out on the Baker Mayfield. My apologies.
No.
Again, I only read. I don't provide anything else. It wasn't on the script in front of me, so I got no shot. All right, you come home for a bye, and then this is where I think the season will be won or lost for the Vikings. The next 4 weeks of this schedule. You're coming home after your bye. You're going to host none other than the Super Bowl tush-push champions, Philadelphia Eagles, at noon at US Bank Stadium.
So you come back after the big swing.
And you have a bye. You come home, you got a week off to get your clock back.
That's good. I mean, that's a nice way for it to figure out. But then, of course, you end up with a team that's real deal. They are physical. They are tough. They've shut down every offense you could possibly shut down, including the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. That's our first loss. I hate to say it. It's even at home. But they're pushing still. You know, Mr. Kelsey, Jason Kelsey, not Travis, and the owner, right?
Yep.
They went to bat for the tush push. That sounds so weird to say that. They went to bat for the tush push, and apparently it's still alive and well, as it should be. As it should be. You can figure out something in sports, especially football, that works. You have to dare people to stop it. If it's within the rules, it's up to somebody else to defend it. That's all there is to it. Sammy Baugh was the first guy to take a ball and jump up in the air and throw it over the top of the line of scrimmage, and so the passing game began. And you know what? It's developed into a pretty good game since then. The tush push is legit, and if you can't stop it, then you know what? Get the ball away from him 2 downs before he gets to 4th and 1 or on the goal line, because it's legit. It's part of football. It is not. Right. Okay.
After that,
we're 5-1.
You have a short turnaround. You're also flying to Los Angeles to face J.J. McCarthy's old coach and the L.A. Chargers.
Mr. Harbaugh.
On Thursday night. So you played Sunday, and now you're playing Thursday.
Short week, coming off a loss to the Eagles, the way I see it. And you got to get back on the horse. It's going to be the Eagle game is going to take a lot out of them. I'm telling you, that's a big physical team. You hope you come out of that thing in one piece and able to play with all your starters still. And then you end up with Harbaugh and the Chargers out in Los Angeles. They've got a team. It's a good team. It's not a great team. They're competitive because of Harbaugh now. Just automatically they became a better team because he's out there. I thought, but the Chargers will lose this game to us. We'll go out there and we'll hand them one right on the chin. The Vikings are 6-1. We just went past Harbaugh and the Chargers. I think it's a very formidable offense, but a staunch defense. But the deck shuffles every year, and I like our chances to come out on top of that.
All right. Then you stay on the road. You will play on a Sunday. You will play at noon, and you will play in the Motor City against the reigning division champs, the Detroit Lions.
Now we're 2-6. We're 6-2, rather. There you go.
We're
going to split probably with everyone except Bears. I can tell you that right now. But the Lions are really good at Ford Field. They've got all the pieces in place. They probably were underachieving, to say the very least, last year by not getting past the Commanders in the NFC Championship game to go to the Super Bowl. However, they did. They fumbled the ball there a little bit. The Lions should have been in the Super Bowl. They would have had to got past Philadelphia somehow, but the Lions are a good team. On the road, I don't think we get it done. So there you go.
Right.
We're 6-2.
All right, 6-2, and we return home. But another powerful foe awaits with Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens at US Bank Stadium, a noon start.
50-50. 50-50 on this one. Depends on how Jackson's going, but if we know who he's been showing up as the last couple of years, that's the test of all tests right there, because he can do anything with the ball. He can run it, and he can pass it. He's great at both. I think we get handed another one. I think we're in a skid. We're in a bit of a skid here. The Ravens are rough, man. They're rough, and Jackson is just, if he's healthy, and if he's not in the lineup or something's happened to him by that time, he has been known to be sidelined from time to time. But if he's in the lineup, it's hard to get past a guy like that. I'm going to go with the other Harbaugh coach. So we play the Harbaughs this year, both of them.
We do. So the Vikings are now 6-3 through 9 weeks. The next one, you've already talked about the Bears. This is at US Bank Stadium, so I'm going to be bold and presumptuous and put it in the win column. Your Vikings are now 7-3.
Yep.
Okay. After the Bears comes your first trip to the frozen tundra. Could be a little frosty. Don't know if it'll be frozen by that time of year. You'll be arriving in Lambeau in mid-November. Early November to take on the Green Bay Packers. Noon start.
Yeah, this is one of those games. We seem to have had their number the last few times we played them.
Oh yeah, November 23rd is the date. So could be chilly.
That could be chilly, and if it is, I like the Packers. I really do. They've got a very, very tough. They got a great team. The quarterback, I love him. Get it? I love him, and I think that can be a surprise right there. I think they'll be a better team next year. I really do. They've got the kid up and running. He's the real deal. And we normally split with the Green Bay. It doesn't matter what kind of team we've got. So there's another one. What are we,
7-4 now. 7-4 are your Minnesota Vikings. Then, even though they're not in our division, we seem to play this team every dang year, and it always seems to be at their place. You are going to Seattle once again to play the Seahawks, and it is November 30, and it is a 3:05 kickoff in the Great Pacific Northwest.
And Sam Darnold.
Yes, that's right.
So it should be interesting, very interesting to see what happens against your own buddy that won 14 for you. I think we win that game. That team, the coaching is completely different, and it is not the same team it used to be with Pete Carroll, I don't think. But Darnold, I think I don't know if he's any better than Geno, but I think he's formidable. We know that. They'll give us a great game. We'll be on the road, but that's one we win. So we're 8-4. 8-4.
8-4 at this point. And speaking of winners, I think we should slide in a quick word about your pals at Ace Hardware.
Well, let's do that, shall we?
Sure.
Felici, Ace Hardware. Can you read my mug right now?
Yes. If you're watching Starstruck, watching Starstruck on YouTube, you can see the beautiful Yeti cup that you now have with Felici Ace Hardware right on it. They were kind enough to gift us those.
Very kind to be giving guys like us such nice gear like that. I don't know why they ever even thought that was the proper thing to do. But either way, they're great. The Felicis are a fantastic family. They've been in the business for well over 30 years now. 4 locations: Zumbrota, Farmington, Rosemount, Egan. Stop off. Get into the tough stuff that you don't want to bother with. They can help you out with. They can send you out the door with just the right thing, whether it's paint, the right power tools to build and do whatever projects you've got started already this spring. Mowing, my God, they've got all the turf builder from Scott. They've got Weber grills. They've got the whole Yeti. We just saw the Yeti thermal mug. So look, they've got it all down there. Stop in there. Ace is the place for the helpful hardware folks. And the Felicis are in charge of all 4 of those different locations. So stop off. Superstar said so.
What are the 4 locations once again?
Zumbrota. We've got Farmington. We got Rosemount and Egan.
Perfect.
Boom, just like that.
All right. The Vikings will not be playing a game at any of those locations, but they will be home on December 7th, a noon game against the Washington Commanders.
That's a tough. They were playing really good football at the end of the year last year. That kid, Daniels, took out the Detroit Lions. I mean, they were tough. They ran into a buzzsaw with Philadelphia, but I think that, I think we play them here, right? I think I like our chances to come back from the great Northwest and get back on our winning ways. And trust me, this is going to be a tough one. This is going to be a tough game. the quarterback Daniels is just lights out. He's going to be around for a very long time. He's a superstar.
Oh,
we're going to find out.
He is a wannabe superstar. There is only one superstar.
Well, yeah, I mean,
please.
That's why I go by the superstar. He's just a superstar, but he's not the superstar. So we all know that.
All right, 9-4 are your Minnesota Vikings. Next up, a couple of road trips. First, another Sunday night football tilt with the Dallas Cowboys down in the Big D.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones have a team that'll be formidable, or will they be in disarray by that point of the season because you're already into December?
Yeah, I really don't know what the Cowboys are bringing to the table this time. I really don't. They've spent a lot of money trying to fix things up. Jerry's tried literally everything, and they just seem to get more stale and not just everything seems to back up on the Cowboys and just almost it backfires. I don't think the Cowboys are even close to being the team they think they are or anyone else wants them to be. We win that game down there, and we come back with a 10th win.
Yep. We are now at double digits in wins. Then the following week, you stay on the road. And I think I can make this prediction for you, but I'll let you do it. At the New York Giants at noon.
Yeah, okay. Well, we can move on to the next one. There's 11 wins.
11-4.
Yeah.
11-4.
What's wrong with that team, by the way? I mean, between them and the Jets, either New York team, there's just nothing to be talked about. It's just nothingness. It's all gone. They may as well just quit and go home before not even play games, just forfeit them. They're terrible. Watch us lose. Watch us lose. I just jinxed the Vikings. No, we should be able to get past the Giants. Next game.
All right, final two games of the year, division opponents, but both are at home. You have a quick turnaround after your Giants game where you come home on, again, another primetime game, Thursday night against the Detroit Lions. Or I'm sorry, it's not. It is a Thursday, but it's not a night game. It's 3:30 in the afternoon because, ho, 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 it's Christmas.
I'm just griped over that. And I know how you are about that, too. I'm just griped.
What is this league doing? I'm so sick of that.
Lord.
I mean, what a mess that's going to be. I mean, you had to deal with that. That's fine if it's a Sunday and you don't have any other options. But here you're making guys play on a short week and then to play on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Just what we always look forward to is Thursday football.
I remember the pig outs on ESPN, the pig out Thursday night classics. Oh, those were classics. And now on Christmas, so that we can have something to watch on Christmas. Well, you don't have to watch football on Christmas Day. Okay, that's Thanksgiving. I understand all about that. But I remember watching the Chiefs play the Miami Dolphins Christmas Day. It was way back. It was like 73 or 4. And, you know, it was the longest game in NFL history. And I thought that was a pretty cool thing to do, but not on Christmas. I didn't even like it as a kid. So anyway, we're going to do that. It's Detroit. It's back here at home. We're going to split with them. I said it earlier. We'll split with them somehow, one way or another, and we will split. So
right. 12-4 going into the season finale against your Green Bay Packers. That game is TBA, so it could be Saturday, Sunday,
Flex.
Hanukkah. Who knows what day the NFL will put it on?
You never know.
But that's it. So your Packers, to wrap it up, you are now sitting at 12-4.
Yeah, make it 13-4. We're going to go 13-4. We'll split with the Green Bay Packers. And it always depends on who you still have healthy at the end of the year. We always know. And that could happen with any team we play. You take LeVar Jackson out of the lineup, you take Love out of the lineup, it happens with one piece of the puzzle, the quarterback, and you're done. So if we're still standing and we got all our main guys in the mix, we should come back and split with the Green Bay Packers. We'll be 13-4 in the playoffs one way or another. And hope the rest of the division isn't dominant like it was last year, so we don't have to slug it out to see who wins the division last game of the season. But that's how I see it. 13-4, good season. Should be right in the mix. Depends on how well JJ holds up, but the Vikings should be a very formidable team. I see them being very good. And some of the games I picked to lose, those are debatable. Obviously, I mean they will show up against the Ravens. They'll show up against those guys, but we'll see. That's all you can do. Put a helmet on.
There you go. And one last thing you should mention before we get out of here, to help you get out of a place and get somewhere else where you'd like to go. I bet you have a place where you could get a mode of transportation to aid in your movement.
No question. I mean, if you want to find a great place to make a trade and get the most for your trade and get something you really, really want that you can have that day that would be on the parking lot, you'd want to go to Dodge of Burnsville. They would have the inventory. They'd have what you'd want to trade in for, new or used. And they have the great people there to help you make all the decisions and finance you and take care of you. Then service the contract as you own the vehicle, whatever you get at Dodge of Burnsville. Dodge of Burnsville, 35W Cliff Road in Burnsville. Stop up and say hi to Adam or Mark Sava. They've been there for a long, long time, and they will take great care of you. They'll set you up with a salesperson, or they'll take it themselves. They'll just walk out there with you and kick some tires and let you buy one right from them. So take it from me. I've been down there a lot. Sold for a while for Dodge of Burnsville. Step in there and say hi to the good people at Dodge of Burnsville. Mark Sava, Adam Sava, 35W in Cliff Road in Burnsville. Do it.
There you go. So your Minnesota Vikings, 13-4. Final thoughts on what you have been so optimistic about here with this team.
Well, I think that you have a good team with O'Connell playing him smart and playing him the way he does on the road. I think he'll be good to go overseas. And I think that we're going to count on him calling J.J. McCarthy a franchise quarterback. I mean, that's big talk coming from the whisperer himself. So for him to make that kind of remark after seeing him playing half of a preseason game last year, I've been told, though, that he's picking up the offense beautifully. And that, to summarize, is going to be your season. If this kid is the real deal, I see all those games, those 13 wins, being there for him. They got plenty of defense, plenty of offensive weapons. If JJ is a managing type quarterback that just gets through games without making mistakes, they'll win a lot of games. And you always have a chance if you've got a quarterback that can manage games, like the Ravens did in 2000 with Trent Dilfer, that kind of thing. You win a lot of games. So anyway, that's all the time we've got. And I'd like to thank everyone for listening and watching, perhaps. Starstruck this time. Please, I'm sorry about this. I had some surgery done yesterday with some implants and football stuff that needed to be taken care of all these years later. But please forgive my face. I look like a chipmunk. Sorry. Anyway, that's it. For Jim Rich, I'm the superstar Mike Morris. This was Starstruck. Thank you for listening. And you can see us again next week. Same time, same bat channel.